Howdy, 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 everyone. How's it going today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater. And when I think of someone as awesome as Lando Calrissian, by this case, I mean Billy D. Good old Billy D. Been rocking the look since the 1980s. And the dude is just a legend. He's been able to maintain this status symbol in some groups of people for just being this sexual dynamo, always having it, right? He's just always got it. You think of Billy D, you kind of think of that scene from the Nutty Professor where the mom's all like, Billy D, Billy D, Billy D. And everyone loves Billy Dee Williams, and they've never said a bad thing about him. But what's interesting now is this interview that he had where he starts talking a bit about how he views his own gender identity. And it's causing some controversy with certain groups of people who find themselves to be very easily triggered in a number of ways. So I thought we'd take a look at it to see whether or not it's as bad as some people are making it out to be. So in an interview here, I believe it was with Esquire, Star Wars actor Billy Dee Williams embraces gender fluidity using him and her pronouns, saying, I say himself and herself, which is, it's interesting now to see more actors coming out and talking about that, because this is not something that is new, to be fair. It's not something that is uncommon, to be fair. And a lot of people never fully come out of the closet because they always fear retribution from certain people in their community. And Hollywood is been like that even in its own way. Now, it says here that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker actor Billy Dee Williams has embraced gender fluidity by using him and her pronouns in a new interview. Speaking with Esquire, Williams, who's best known for playing the role of Lando Calrissian in the Star Wars franchise, was discussing a guide to being cool and advise people to just be yourself, saying, and I cannot do a Billy Dee voice, I'm not going to even try. I've never tried to be anything except myself. I think of myself as a relatively colorful character who doesn't take himself or herself too seriously. He goes on to say, you see, I say himself and herself because I also see myself as feminine as well as masculine. I'm a very soft person. I'm not afraid to show that side of myself. And the thing is, when you think about the concept of masculinity, which is what a lot of people kind of view when they look at someone like Billy Dee, especially the sexual charisma that was Lando Calrissian, right? It's kind of a hard concept to fully understand. Masculinity is not just, can you move this item that is heavy? Can you destroy this object that's in your way? A lot of people have this very skewed idea of what masculinity is based upon preconceived notions. But part of being masculine is also being able to accept and have emotions and show those emotions when you feel the urge to. And I really do feel that more people should embrace that. I think that's one of the reasons why people maybe get so pent up, is because they don't fully embrace the emotional side. Now, I don't know if Billy Dee himself identifies as a woman or a man most of the time. I have no idea. I don't know if the interview goes into that or not. But I kind of see what he's saying. He's saying he's more of a sensitive person, but he's just tapped into that feminine side of himself. And he may be saying it wrong. He may be saying it wrong. He may be thinking that this is what the kids say these days, and he's just trying to explain it. But we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Now, it goes on to say that the character of Lando has long been theorized by Star Wars fans to be pansexual, and a theory that was confirmed by Solo co-writer Jonathan Kasdan and later by Donald Glover, who played a younger Lando in Star Wars, Solo, a Star Wars story. Saying, how can you not be pansexual in space? Glover said. There's so many things to have sex with. I didn't think it was that weird. He's coming on to everybody. I feel like if you're in space, it's kind of like the door is open. It's like not only guys or girls, no, it's anything. Saying this thing's literally a blob. Are you a man or a woman? Like, who cares? Have a good time out there. And that caused a lot of stir last year. It caused a lot of stir because people were like, wait a minute. Whoa, what do you mean that Lando's pansexual? Like, no, he's a ladies' man. But the idea there is that there's so many different variations in space that you're going to probably end up having sex with something. I mean, look at Chris Pratt in the first Guardians. There's that whole thing with the Esquivarian, and Drax is giving him a hard time about it. And he's like, it was one time, man. One time. Anyway, when Esquire also pointed out that Glover's comments to Williams in the interview, the actor added, really? That kid is brilliant. Just look at those videos, referring to the This Is America music video he released under his alter ego, Childish Gambino. And the thing is, a lot of people, I've seen people get real upset at the whole concept of Lando being pansexual or Billy Dee Williams being gender fluid or whatever. And the truth of the matter is, it's really none of our business. It is none of our business. The idea of Lando Calrissian and being that kind of sexual fluidity played into the character, because there was that whole thing with L3. And there was that joke in Solo about like how it worked, and she's like, "Oh no, trust me, it works." And they left it at that. They left it wide open for interpretation. And I thought that was actually kind of wonderful, to be fair. You know, I mean, we live in an age now where people literally purchase love dolls and they form attachments to them. I mean, there's a YouTuber named Onision who has a love doll that he created a Patreon for. Like, I mean, it happens. So our concept of what is or isn't considered fluid or sexual identity is really just up to the person. And I think a lot of it is just a vocabulary breakdown. I really do. I think people out there need to see that people are going to love whatever they're going to love. And all I ask is that it's just not putting anyone in danger and that it's not hurting people. And that's really about it. I think if you want to get down with something that's an inanimate object, by all means, it's your body, your choice. And if you want to identify as male or female, by all means, it's your body, it's your choice. I have literally no say into to what you do or to what they do or what anyone does. So that's how I view it. I find it really funny that people just get upset at this. I mean, his gender identity, it means nothing to anyone. So as long as it doesn't impact anyone, like I said, it's fine. The way I view it at the end of the day is, if more people feel this way, then more people should be open and talking about it. I mean, that's kind of how we get to the acceptance level, right? People held themselves in the closet for years, fearing retribution for being gay, and then we, over the course of time, ended up making it a norm, right? Accepting it as a norm, allowing people who are gay to get married in the United States, right? Really kind of going back against hate, and I think that's pretty cool. So I'd be really interested to see where things go in the future and how many more people kind of come out of the closet and start talking about how they view their gender identity. You don't have to agree with it. I just want to be fair on that. You don't have to agree with it at all. That's your personal opinion to not agree. No one's going to force you to agree, or no one should force you to agree if you don't want to. It's your own choice. But I think understanding the other person's perspective on both sides would make these conversations handled go by a lot better, a lot faster, and a lot smoother, and a lot more productive. So at the end of the day, if if Billy D wants to be known as herself, that's his deal, man. You just gotta let me know. Just put the pronouns in the bio, so at least we have something to start with. Anyway, like, you might disagree with me, and that's entirely fine. Again, you don't have to agree with this. It's not your call. You have that right to have your opinion. And I don't need to tell you that, is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know. I just kind of I like the idea of like having more of those, like being more open with who you are and not giving a damn what anyone else thinks. And I think if more people did that, we would find ourselves in a better place, whether we agreed or disagreed. But I leave it to you, your thoughts or your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. I will talk to everyone later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out. This video is supported by patrons like you. If you'd like to become a patron, please head over to patreon.com/Matt Jarbo.